So, what happens when a true master of the legal thriller decides to write a classic whodunit? Well, we're about to find out. Today, we're diving into John Grisham's brand new novel, The Widow. And believe me, this is a twist from the master that you are not going to want to miss.
Right out of the gate, this thing is a #1 New York Times bestseller, so you already know it's a huge deal. That iconic Grisham name always guarantees suspense, right? But this time, he's taking us somewhere completely different.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Fellow author Chris Whitaker calls it irresistible and unforgettable. I mean, when one master storyteller praises another one like that, you just know you're in for something really special.
Okay, so what makes The Widow a total must-read? We all know John Grisham is the king of the legal thriller, but with this book, he's throwing out his own rulebook and stepping into brand new territory.
For decades, we've been absolutely hooked by his courtroom dramas. But The Widow? This is his first ever classic whodunit. So we're trading those intense legal battles for a pure, straight-up murder mystery. Every great mystery, of course, needs a hero. And in this story, he's a small-time lawyer named Simon Latch. So let's meet the guy who's about to find himself at the center of the storm.
Simon's life is anything but glamorous. He's a small-town lawyer out in rural Virginia, basically drowning in debt, and to make things worse, he's watching his marriage just crumble. He's a good guy who's on the very brink of losing everything, and man, is he desperate for a lifeline. And you know how these stories go. Just when he's about to completely give up, opportunity comes knocking. A brand new client walks right through his door, offering a case that looks like it could solve every single one of his problems.
Get this, an elderly widow named Eleanor Barnett needs his help. Turns out her late husband left her an absolute fortune, and she's the only one who knows about it. For a lawyer like Simon, this isn't just a case, it's a miracle.
But we all know that in a thriller, nothing is ever that easy, right? What if this dream client isn't a savior at all, but more like a spider, and Simon is just walking right into her web?
And this is exactly where the story takes a really dark turn. That dream case becomes a living nightmare, and Simon finds himself caught in a perfect frame-up, where any friend could be an enemy and every corner hides a new threat.
Simon's entire world just implodes. First, his client's story starts to totally unravel. Then, she's killed in a very suspicious car crash. And before he can even figure out what's happening, the police are at his door, accusing him of her murder.
Just like that, the lawyer becomes the accused. Simon Latch is on trial for his life, for a murder he swears he didn't commit. He's been framed, and the evidence against him is so perfect, so damning, that not even he can see a way out.
So now, it's a race against the clock. This isn't about winning a case in a courtroom anymore. This is about an innocent man's desperate fight to uncover the truth before he's locked away for good.
He knows he's innocent, but with all the evidence stacked against him, with the entire world convinced he's a killer, can he actually prove it before that gavel falls and his life is over?
There is only one way out. He has to become the one thing he never ever thought he'd be, a detective. To clear his name, Simon has to find the real killer before it's too late.
And that leads us to the final chilling question. In a town that is just full of secrets, where it seems like everyone has something to hide, who can he possibly trust? It is the perfect setup for a nail-biting whodunit, and it's a question that will keep you guessing until the very last page. So, want to know if Simon can clear his name and who the real killer is? Well, you'll have to read it to find out. The link to this book is in the video description.